And what empowered you to create Dracula?
Yeah, for sure. So I've been in crypto for the past 5 years. I started in 2019, um, more with the Ethereum community. And so I was going to all the conferences. I was really trying to network and meet people. And a big way for me was always Twitter to connect with people. So I've always been into social media. That's kind of how I broke into the industry. Like I'm from France. I don't have a big network in tech or anything. And so yeah, I did a lot of consumer facing use cases. I was part of Meta Cartel in those early Ethereum days, which was like a working group to like fund and create consumer facing applications. So I've always wanted to do a consumer facing app on top of crypto and Ethereum. And yeah, basically, the one thing I'm known for after that period and before I started my company is the Alex token. Like during COVID, I had no money. I was in my parents' house and I created my own cryptocurrency to crowdfund my move to San Francisco.
Oh,
And so
wow.
I said, like,
Okay.
yeah. And so I said I would fundraise $20,000 like via crowdfunding with this token. And this went really viral a couple years ago. I made it to San Francisco. And then I was like, all right, like now I have no excuses. I can start my company. I'm in San Francisco. I have enough money as a safety net. And so I did a lot of other use cases with the Alex token. And like people could vote on my life choices. People could access my Telegram group chat. So it was always social media and crypto mixed together.
Hmm.
And so yeah, basically what happened is create my company. And so initially it was a digital art platform. It was more like Instagram for digital art in 2021. It did really well. We raised funding. And then it did less well during the bear market. Crypto was a bit tougher in 2022, 2023. It was harder to get users. And so we iterated many times. And then we landed on Dracula, which is this video app, this video social network that's based on Farcaster that I can talk more about. But this is my journey all the way up until Dracula.
Oh my gosh, I love that. So we have a lot to unpack because I do remember the Alex token, and I think within the VioletVerse community, everyone wants to know these use cases of like, okay, so I can start a token named after me, and then what do I do with it next? So I guess like you told us a little bit about like your relationship with your social tokens, but what was your relationship to social media before Dracula? Were you on Instagram? What was like your guilty doom scrolling platform?
So for doom scrolling, I've used Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. I think I've used all the doom scrolling apps. Um, and my life is mostly on Twitter. And we've been building Dracula and my entire brand, most of the people I know are investors, people we hired. Twitter has really been a massive part of my life. But in terms of doom scrolling, definitely more TikTok and Instagram.
Hmm.
And then lately, like we were building Dracula from December till March, so almost 3 months.
Hmm.
And I remember like towards the end, I saw Farcaster really getting a lot of attention as a Twitter clone for crypto people. And so last minute, we decided to really direct our marketing and or go to market to their community. And it did really, really well. We had something with the DGen token where it was integrated in our app. So the last thing we've done was more about Farcaster, but like I'm a massive Twitter user. Twitter is what got me to get into technology. And yeah, of course, I also love Instagram and TikTok, and I've been very inspired by it. It's the most popular form of social media, short form videos. So we thought it would be helpful to make Web3, bring the biggest use case for social media.
Yeah. And I think just with today, like the creator, they are worried about ownership. If TikTok goes away, what happens to all this content? And then again, it's all about that creator monetization. And with Web2 applications kind of like slowly trying to divest, or not divest, but invest funds in their creators, I think with Web3 applications like Dracula, it's always creator first. So talk to us a little bit about the on-chain creator fund. How do we get involved? This is for people who might be posting on TikTok and they don't have 100 followers to get into the creator program, but they have amazing content.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, like right now, like our goal at Dracula is that we will not give you as many views as TikTok. Although we have made a couple million views since we launched in the past month, it still is nothing compared to TikTok massive size. But what we can really help with is monetization, really make you live off your passion as a content creator.
Yeah.
And so there's two ways. One is a creator token, so you can buy and sell and speculate on content creators. This has made over $2 million so far in the past month. That's one way. The other way is our on-chain creator fund, as you suggested, where
Mhm.
we have $1 million, and every week we spend around $50,000 on creators who are consistent, who post original content on Dracula. And so there's a link I can share it to you, but we have a link to apply to the on-chain creator fund. And to apply, you need to post 3 videos a week at least. So 3 videos, posting original content, and bonus points if you do something that's with the on-chain ecosystem. If you say, hey, like, if my token price as a creator token goes up, goes more than 1,000 degen, for instance, because it's priced in the degen coin, I will do XYZ. Like any challenges or for an idea that involves crypto that's pretty original and like really utilizes the novel mechanisms of crypto, we love to see that and reward creators who do that. So yeah, like many creators do incredible content on Dracula, and we reward like between like 20 and 100 of them every week. It kind of varies. We are experimenting with different things. We did an airdrop as well to our users. So we're trying to reward creators as much as possible. And the rules are pretty loose. It's like just post consistently on Dracula. And
Yep.
every week we have like a set of curators that will reward dozens of them.
Yeah, I love that. And when I'll put like a feature, some of the features in our blog content, but I like the drip aspect. It's not just about liking content, but like who has the most like base drip. Can you tell us a little bit about what the community is shaping up? Like, what's the personality? What's the vibe? Like, what are you gonna scroll? What's the For You page look like?
Yeah, for sure. So right now, the community is a lot of Farcaster creators. So Farcaster is a crowd that's a bit more technical and it's a bit more intellectual because it's still early on.
Mhm.
But so we see like Ted Lasso, like she's Ted Not Lasso, that's her name.
Mhm.
She does a lot of content around technology and culture. Um, there are a lot of creators who are into dancing, cooking, photography, videos. Um, and yeah, I would say one of my favorite ones is Ted. There's many other musicians too. I think we've seen a lot of musicians.
Yeah.
There was
Yeah.
a music video of Latasha, who's pretty famous on chain, and Dominoes. I think our music video Pump. There was some backstage behind the scene footage. So we see a lot of musicians, but also a lot of tech people. I think those two crowds are like the main ones on the app. And our algorithm is still, not as good as TikTok because we have less engineers, but it's getting there. It's getting pretty
Yeah.
cool. So people can try out the app and sign in, and it will learn from you a little bit. And I think it's a fun experience.
Yeah, I was actually scrolling last night and the algorithm matched me to some type of like musicians and they were very indie, but I liked it. So I was like, you know what, let me give them some drip. Also said Not Lasso. She shows up on my For You page. So I like that it's like very niche and it seems like you can curate because even though TikTok is like huge, that's like the yellow pages. This is for like creators who want to go with like-minded people that are, reimagining the future of tech. And you have a front row seat with these creators that are building it.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so like what's your vision of the tool like moving forward? I guess like you have the FarCon coming up. Is there anything else that you want to see the tool become in the next 6 to 12 months?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like our long-term vision would be to get 1 billion users and like be the main video social app for people. Obviously, it's still very early days, but it's really exciting because we start from a fresh foundation where creators can make so much more. Even though we're still very small in users, there's a lot more money being given out to creators, and so that's
Mhm.
really good news for the future of social media. And so the next 6 to 12 months, I think we're going to iterate on different ways of making creators money. And so
Okay.
it'll be interesting to see. Right now, it's like users who are buying and selling, and that like gives creator a small fee every time. But we're thinking about maybe there's some ways like big companies in crypto with tokens could maybe reward creators. And so we're going to experiment with more things like this. And then just trying to make the app easier to use. I think like there's many ways to make it easier to use. Whether it's like paying with credit card if you have to pay something, or just making the app more stable. And so I think that would be the number one thing. It's like making the app like smooth, because right now, obviously TikTok and all the other apps, like they're so smooth, and apps in crypto, the UX is not as good. So trying to find more ways for creators to make money. We're going to continue the creator fund as well for a long time. We have a lot of money to spend on creators, and then making the app smooth, and trying to make it compatible with Farcaster and other social network or apps that creators are also using. Yeah, I think that's roughly the plan.
Yeah, I love that. And I think in Web3, there's so many different creators in the ecosystem. That's what I love about it. It's like you have your layer one Ethereum, and then even on Flow, like there's so much user generated content. And sometimes that's not rewarded. Like my background, I've worked at Huffington Post as a user generated
Oh
content.
wow,
Like,
nice.
yeah, and like my content's still online, but I've never gotten paid for some of that content. So it would be interesting to see how creators can, begin to have that user generated content, get paid for the idea. I've seen that like in TikTok, it's all about stitching. Like, what if, you can get paid for the stitches, and being like that trend hacking, trend spotter. And that's what I think I love about just decentralized social networks. There's so many different opportunities to reward creators.
Yep. Yeah,
Um,
absolutely. I
yeah.
feel like the splitting stuff, like you could split 50-50 maybe. Like with crypto, it's really easy to split things. There's been many projects like Zora Foundation there who have done on-chain splits.
Mhm.
And so, yeah, we could see a world where like TikTok, if you use some music or if you split with someone or if you duet, like you earn like 50-50 or some percentage.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Well, I guess like my final question is like, what are you looking forward to in consumer crypto? I feel like everything's taking off in 2024. Like, what are you looking forward to?
Yeah, for sure. So I'm looking for more mobile apps. Like I think mobile is the number one thing. Many crypto apps are on desktop, but like most people, they don't install browser extensions.
Yeah.
They're not on their laptop. They're just on their phone. And so we're trying to push it forward with our mobile app. But I'm looking to see more mobile apps. Like maybe we should build the Snapchat of crypto. Maybe we should launch the Foursquare of crypto. Obviously, we're focused on the TikTok aspect, and
Hmm.
we're very excited about that. But like looking forward to see more apps that like normal people can use.
Yeah.
It's okay to start with a small niche. Like right now, not I wouldn't say our users are normal. They're not really mainstream. It's more like the crypto niches.
Yeah.
But start with the crypto niche and then expand towards more mainstream. But if you start with the right foundation of like, okay, like this makes money for creators, this does this new thing that couldn't be made in Web2, and it's on mobile, I think I'm very excited about it because that's it. That's how we get to more people. Um, so I think yeah, that'd be the number one thing. And also in crypto, it's cool because there are many ways to prove your identity.
Hmm.
And so that could really help against spam, which is like a massive problem in
Yeah.
social media. Like right now, like people are paying money on X or Instagram or Facebook to buy a check mark. But hopefully, like there's many projects in the space that can help with identity. And so hopefully that could make social media free again. So you don't have to pay to prove that you are human. People just know you are human. So that also would be pretty cool. I think like basically Web3 can also remove spam with social media and without having to pay. So that would make social media more affordable for people, which is great. Yeah. So some ideas here.
Love it. Love the ideas. Also, I downloaded the Dracula app and it works pretty well. Yeah, thank you so much, Alex, for talking with the
Of
VioletVerse.
course.
And hopefully some community members from the VioletVerse will be able to join in on the on-chain fun. And